A game jacking method so powerful it will obliterate every single Android game within seconds. And of course it is. Hello everybody, it's me, Game Jacker, and today I'm going to give you the in-depth Android game jacking guide. I'm going to give you all the juicy secrets. I'm going to show you how to get the job done. That's what we're going to do first. I'm going to show you how to get the job done effectively, and then after that we're going to go right into the weeds. I'm going to give you all the juicy details, the secrets. I'm going to go into how to not get banned, how to stay safe, what tools exactly to use, where to find them, where to download them, and so on. As always, the links for everything that I'm going to show you today are going to be in the description down below. Very important. And while you're there, please give the video a like so I can replace this 10-year-old phone at some point. Anyways, guys, let's get right into it. We're going to go into Android game jacking, of course. As always, guys, jacking your Android games is gonna sometimes involve rooting a device, although there are many methods of not having to root a device to jack the games, but sometimes it is inevitable, and in those cases I always recommend, please, to use an emulator. That's the first thing right off the bat. So what do you need, in my opinion, to jack the Android games effectively? You need, first off, a brain. Second off, a working sense of what is possible and isn't. So we also call that common sense. Then you need your Android device, and ideally you have a PC so you can run an emulator, because the emulator, it's a huge blessing, because on PC we actually can run Android emulators. iOS emulators don't even exist, so iOS users don't have this precaution, this security method that they can use. Please use that. So with all that being said, with all the precautions and so on out of the way, how do you jack any Android games? Any and all Android games can be jacked this way, of course. Now, first off, what you're gonna want to do is to try to find already made cheats from legitimate providers. Now, if you go into your local Googles and just search for some random stuff, I don't know, Lourdes mobile hack, you're going to find all kinds of weird things that are gonna offer you unlimited everything, mods, generators, and they're all gonna be fake, because for some reason, yeah, that's how it works. Now, the way you're gonna find legitimate cheats is, as it is outlined here, go to hackerbot.net. So instead of Googling your game jack, you just Google game hacks, and you go to hackerbot.net. So what you're gonna want to do here is go to download cheats, and go to download cheats again, and then follow the guide right here. This will show you how to use the hack finder tool at hackerbot.net to find legitimate cheats from legitimate providers. So this includes modded APKs, scripts for all kinds of game jacking tools on Android, and similar software. So you enter the name of your game, you enter, ideally when it comes to Android games, the exact version of the game for online games, because of course, as an online game gets updates, the old mods will be outdated. So you need to make sure to get mods for the right version. So Google Hackerbot, go to hackerbot.net, and go to download cheats for that. Now, if you cannot find working mods or hacks on hackerbot.net, the next thing you're going to want to do, number two, is it an online game? So, of course, most games these days are online games, and they're trying to nickel and dime you at every turn. They're trying to squeeze every last bit of money out of you until you live in a snail house. Yeah, that's a snail house. It's pretty cheap, and it's nice, but it's a little bit small for an average human. So, yeah. So if you want to avoid that, bots are a very great option to do that. Of course, a bot is software that automatically is able to farm games for you, allowing you to just sit back in your lawn chair and just chill while the computer is playing the game for you, amassing unlimited amount of gems and money over time. Of course, all the caps that the game developers have instituted for farming their currencies apply. So, but that is a very good method to get around what we call the server-side protection when it comes to online games, because of course in online games money cannot be directly jacked using any kind of tool due to server-side limitations. If you want to know more about that, go to hackerbot.net, go to the wiki, go to server and client-side game jacking, and this will be more clearly explained over there. So, number 3, are there no downloads for your specific game? Are you gonna maybe find some tutorials on how to use tools to use on the game? For example, of course, one of those tools that we all probably have heard of at this point is Game Guardian. So it's kind of a cheat engine for Android. You can see it right here. I do have it. I also have Hackerbot APK, of course. You can download that at hackerbot.net as well. So the tools are, you can find them again at the link in description. Go to these tools, and of course these are the top tools that you can use to manually jack the games on Android devices, including of course emulators. Now, some of these will work without a root. There are setups that you can use to run them without a root, but generally a root will be useful, which is again why I recommend using emulators, because they can generally be rooted at the push of a button. So, which makes it of course very easy, hassle-free and safe to do. Now, Game Guardian is kind of the number one tool. You'll find a lot of scripts, mod menus for this software out there. Very recommended to check that one out. Links as always in description down below. Please leave a like to make the video more seen by more people for the algorithms of the YouTube. Sorry, unintended. So other than that, bots, we've already discussed those. Then 5, is it a shooter? You might want to look for an aimbot or a wall hack. Now, those are very much possible on Android and iOS, specifically Android in this case. However, they are pretty rare and they are very rarely downloadable for free. They will generally be premium subscriptions in order to get a working aimbot or wall hack for Android. So do keep that in mind. Generally, paid software will be safer to use than free ones, because free software, anybody can download them, including the developers, and very easily ban anybody that uses them. So always keep that in mind. Also, updates will usually be more, will be quicker with paid software. But again, that's another thing that you can do when you're playing a online shooter, FPS game or similar game. Where you shoot things with your gun, with the crosshairs. So, and then of course for safety, guys, number 6, very important. Please follow the safer use guidelines that we have at hackerbot.net. You can just simply Google, is game hacking dangerous? Go to hackerbot.net to the article that corresponds to that. This will show you how to do research into the reputation of individual websites and individual uploaders on those websites, and will show you everything that you just, this is just basically state of the art, how you should do it, best practices in order to stay safe at all times. So I'm just gonna quickly go through with it. Never use a download from a website that you have never downloaded and used before on your actual physical Android device. Okay, please use it always on an emulator, and always, in the case of online games, on a secondary account. So if your main account is mainaccount@gmail.com, make a secondary account, make trash@gmail.com, and try these jacks on those on the secondary account first, in order to keep your main account safe, because of course you have invested a lot of money into your main account, and you don't want, well, some of you may have, if you're a whale, a big whale, and you swim through the oceans. Anyways, and then you do want to do some research on the reputation of a website, ideally, if you've never used them. And then also check the reputation of the person who posted the particular game jack. It's very important to make sure that these people are reputable and not below your, of course, very high and exquisite standing in society. You don't want to get your software from scum, from plebeians, from the proletariat as such. So you want to be very picky when it comes to the people that you buy or download your jackarinos from. And then of course virus scans, very obvious as well. Have an antivirus on your device. There is literally no downside to having one. And yeah, that is basically it. Also, please guys, when it comes to installing any kind of software, be that a tool, a game jacking tool, that you will find on hackerbot.net. Just Google hackerbot, go to software, go to Android. If you're downloading any of these tools, if you're downloading any mod that you will find on hackerbot.net using our Hack Finder tool, please do follow the installation instructions to a T, like carefully. If you install a software wrong, it's simply not gonna work. So you please follow the instructions correctly, follow them step by step, very accurately, else all the work will be for nothing in the end. So, and it might even be worse. You might make it almost impossible to install it again in some cases. So please be very careful with that. And then of course, you do not want to be toxic. If you're gonna use, especially when it comes to using aimbots or wall hacks, please do it with a modicum of respect for your fellow game players, because if you don't, if you're being a toxic person, let's call it, people will report you for game jacking, and you will probably, in the case of online games, get banned from the game, and then you will not be able to play ever again. So please don't do that. It's just best practices. So with that, that is basically it. Now, if you want to go a little bit deeper into how it all works, of course, I have briefly touched on the unlimited money jacks for Android. Now, those are very simply explained, and I've explained it on this channel many times before, but I will do so again. Now, unlimited money is absolutely possible in games where the whole game is stored on your actual Android device. Okay, so that means an offline game. So we have a client, that is your device, your physical Android device or your emulator, and then we have a server, that is a computer that you connect to through the internet. Now, in offline games that do not require an internet connection to work correctly, there is no server. There is only the client. All the data, including your monies, is stored on your actual Android device, which makes it possible for you to modify it using software on your device. Now, the thing with servers is, while they can technically, yes, be manipulated, that is absolutely something that you should not do, because it's absolutely not worth it for reasons that I cannot mention on YouTube, of course. But just, it's for all practical purposes impossible. Yeah, just don't even, And of course, guys, for those of you who don't know yet, all the generators that you'll find online, the unlimited gem generators, they are all fake as well, and they will promise you stuff like unlimited money in online games, which of course, as we have just discussed, is impossible, as these values, this data is stored on the servers that cannot be manipulated in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you want to know more about that, you can go to the hackerbot.net wiki fake hack, and this will explain to you how these fake hack scams work, this human verification stuff. Please don't fall for it. It's very dreadful. If you hate it as well, please give the video a like, comment down below with "I hate scams, I hate human verification, complete one offer, please." Thank you. Yeah, this is literally all over the place. What can you do? It's just, it is what it is. It's sad. Anyways, so, and then of course, we have discussed mods. For those of you who don't know about mods, mods are basically decompiled and reverse engineered versions of the original APK that you install when you download a game from the Play Store. So basically, people take the APK, they unpack it, they modify the machine code in order to implement cheats, which is a very complicated process. A lot of respect to the people who can actually do this kind of stuff. and then they recompile it into an installable APK file, which comes with cheats coded right into the fabric of the game, which is absolutely impressive, and it's by far the most convenient cheating method on Android for those who are willing to go through the process of installing it, because installation can be a hassle. You need to replace some OBB files. You might even have to mess with some system files in some cases, and often it doesn't work without an actually rooted device, but they are the most convenient cheats by far, as compared to using, for example, tools. When you go to software on hackerbat.net and then to Android, these tools will generally be a lot harder to use on online games especially. Or if you want to create your own bot, by the way, if you're looking to do that, you can just Google hackerbot create bot. So hackerbot created bot, and you will find a tutorial on how to create your own bot. Or you can go just to hackerbot.net, go to tutorials, and then go to the bot tutorial, basically, which is right here. This will show you how to create your own bot. You're gonna need a PC for this. And an emulator. So this basically works by setting up a script that will automatically click, which will work with games that have a static navigation. For example, all the hero collectors gacha games will probably have an auto battle option and a very static interface, which allows the bot to do something like this. You know, you're in the main menu. Let's say this is the main menu, this is the battle menu, right? The bot it goes to the battle menu, it completes a battle, let's say like this, it goes back to the main menu and completes a loop that way. So what you can then do is stop the recording, so it will record all the keystrokes, all the stuff that you do, and then replay that infinitely, which allows you to infinitely farm stuff. And of course you can do very intelligent stuff with image recognition and so on, with more advanced macro recording software, which allows you to actually create pretty complicated bots if you're willing to put in the time. And there are also bots that are pre-programmed by other people that can do more complex tasks as well, in games that even don't have a static navigation either. So that much about bots. Now we have gotten a little bit off topic, of course. Now again, please use cheats at all times with respect for other players, especially in games where other players are interactable. That's very important. Then yeah, that's basically that. For safety, just you will get banned if you're being toxic. It's a matter of time. There are very few games that don't have a reporting system at all, where people cannot report other players. So yeah, and then mod menus. Of course, you guys have heard about mod menus. Most mod menus are done through Game Guardian at this point, but there are also actual mods that include mod menus, but they are usually premium downloads where you need to pay a membership fee to access them. All right, and then of course beware of all the fakes. There are also a bunch of fakes, just APKs that are just fake. Basically, they'll tell you, oh, you'll get unlimited gems in this online game. Here it pays to have common sense and just to know how online game cheating works, what cheats are possible and what cheats aren't. So unlimited gems and money in an online game that only works with the internet enabled is simply not possible, because of course the creators of the game want to make money by selling you gems. So the first thing they will put on their servers is gonna be the game money, so that you can't get unlimited game money without paying them, which makes them more money. So of course that is that. And as always, guys, the secret, the most powerful cheating method is, of course, your credit card, or your mom's credit card, or your dad's credit card. Because in mobile games, on Android as well, the most powerful game, Jack, is just to spend unlimited money on the game, of course. And in my opinion, the second best is, of course, bots. In my personal experience, bots are extremely underrated. Again, go to Wiki, go to our game bot section to learn more. Go to tutorials, how to create your own bot on hackerbot.net to learn how to set up your own bot. In my opinion, the best cheat on Android at this moment is to use bots. Even better than modded APKs. because it's just applicable to more games. All your gacha waifu games and your games where you need to grind infinitely to get all your 5 stars, ascended, whatever, with maximum 5-star gear and all that, they are best cheated by using a bot. This will also not cost a lot of money. It will save you a lot of money. It will max out your account. You'll be the top 1% of free-to-play players, basically without spending money or with spending a little bit of money. It's just very efficient. Modded APKs are not quite as efficient when it comes to farming in a lot of games. Of course, when it comes to shooters and stuff, modded APKs are the best because you can get stuff like aimbots and wall hacks that will actually allow you to perform better than other players without spending money, because these games are generally not pay to win. So if you're in a pay to win game, bots are usually the best. If you're in a non-pay to win game, modded APKs are pretty good as well. Anyways, guys, that is it. This is the whole guide of how to jack your Android games the most updated, the best, the coolest. If you've liked it as well, please give the video a like. This was a long one, but now you are educated in the art of game jacking on Android, and you can look down on the plebeians who do not know anything, and you can tell them that you are the expert, and you have a certificate from hackerbot.net, and you can link them to our website and give this video a like. Share it with your friends, share it with your grandma. Hey grandma, you wanna get unlimited candies in your Candy Crush show? And it's actually not possible, but anyways, she can use a bot, as I've explained. Thanks to you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Game Jacker out.